Hi, having a great day. You're watching JG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm ranking the Andor characters from worst to best. And for this list, I have 15 different characters. So yeah, there's a lot of characters that I'm gonna go over. So let's just get started with this list. That way, the video's not too long. So at number 15, we're gonna have a character, and this character is going to be Cinta. And Cinta is a character that I think was a very nice addition to the show. I thought she made a great stuff with the stuff that she got. I was like, yeah, she's pretty cool. However, we never really got to see her develop, like not at all. Like I swear, at all. We never got to see her develop. There was never a scene where I was like, oh, look at Cinta, look at how cool she is. You know, we're supposed to know that she's like the strongest one out of everybody, and you can kind of see that a little bit, but I don't feel like we ever got enough the character development from her to be like, oh yeah, you're right, this girl is the best, she's like the strongest. No, we never really got that. She's just kind of there to be part of like the Luthen's part or the story, but she doesn't really do that much in this series. So that's why she's at number 15. Hopefully we get to see more of her in season 2 because I thought she has some interesting potential and I can't wait to explore it. At number 14, we have her couple, Vel. And Vel is a character that I also didn't think that the story was incredible. However, I did like her a lot more than Cinta. Why? Well, she had a lot more story. First of all, she's trying to be the leader of this mission on Aldani, which you know is super dangerous, but she succeeded as being the leader, so that's great for her. I really like that. And you really do feel the pressure that she's not next to being the leader, but she's really trying her best. And then you get to see her on the other side as the cousin of Mothma, which I did not expect at all. And this is really interesting. You get to see like the duality, because you never expected her to be rich and all this type of stuff. So it really gives her more story and more concept. And you get to feel like the tragedy of that she really wants to be with Cinta, but she can't because of the rebellion. And they only take like whatever is left of the time. So that's really interesting. I really like that exploration, but we didn't get enough of it. That's my problem with it. I just feel like we didn't get enough Belle in the series to like warrant her going higher. So that she was great. I really did like her, and she really grew on me. I didn't really like her in the Donnie episodes, but as she went along as the Mama's cousin and we got to see more of her and Cinta, she really started growing on me a lot. So that's great. I just feel like she didn't really build up to anything. Like towards the finale, I wasn't like, oh, she was super important. She was just kind of there in the finale. You know what I mean? That's why she's my number 14. Alright, now we're into my number 13 spot, and that's going to be Gerrera. Gerrera was in here for like 2 scenes only, literally, but I think those 2 scenes had a massive impact on the show, first of all, and it were some of my favorite scenes in the show for me, personally. First of all, I just love to see Luthen and Gerrera interact. It's just some great interactions because they're both super smart, they're both playing a super dangerous game, which is why they're super careful with each other, and I absolutely love it. And I love, you know, the first interaction is like, I'm not going to get any of my troops or whatever because I don't trust any other rebellion leader. And the second one, the second interaction is like, should we let this rebellion leader just go into a trap and die? And I thought that whole scene was super interesting. It was like kind of like the behind the scenes of rebellion, and I really love seeing that. Like, great stuff. I really did like it. So yeah, great stuff. I really like Gerrera, and I can't wait to see more from him in season 2. I'm sure we're gonna see more of him. And the actor did a great job playing him too. You know, you see like he's like a kind of psycho, but at the same time he's really careful about his rebellion. And he's really somebody that's going to lead this to succeed. So I really like this. I think he's a great character. Alright, we're on to my number 12 spot, and that's going to be Clea Marquis, which is Luthen's assistant, if you didn't know that was her name. And Luthen's assistant was pretty cool in the series, actually. I thought she was really interesting. Of course, when we first get introduced to her, she's just an assistant. However, as the series progresses, you see like she's actually into the rebellion, and she's kind of taking the smart decisions for Luthen sometimes. And she's like kind of the messenger. Like whenever she talks to Vel and tells her that she has to kill Andor and so on, like she's kind of the stronger person here. Like she's kind of the more cold-hearted, cold-blooded person. But she thinks strictly on the rebellion. This is what we got to do. She thinks strictly strategy and so on and so on. So I thought she was pretty interesting, and I think that we should see definitely more of her. I would be really interested to see more of her because I thought she had a lot of potential. She just didn't have her own character arc, and I think if they gave her own character arc, that would be super awesome. Alright, moving on to my number 11 spot, and that's going to be Brasso. And Brasso was a great character. I loved him in the finale. I loved him in the first 3 episodes. He was great. I love him. He's a great character. He really just kind of represents Ferrix. You know, I think that he's a really cool character. That scene whenever he punches the Imperial person with Maarva's brick, amazing stuff. Come on, he's amazing stuff, and he's just so lovable. Like you love him from the scene that he's in at the start. Whenever Andor's trying to lie, and then he's like, "You got drunk. You insulted my cup of beverage, and you hit me and whatnot." I love that scene. It was just amazing stuff. I thought the actors did a great job playing him. So Brasso, really great character. I really loved him, and I can't wait to see more from season 2. I think he's gonna be a greater character, especially now like he's kind of with Vix and B2 Ammo and all that type of stuff. I think there might be some more important storylines to go along with him. So yeah, very interested, very curious to see what's next. Alright, moving on to my 10th spot. We're on to the top 10, and that's going to be Syril. And Syril is a character that I really thought it was gonna be better, to be honest. I thought I kind of got disappointed with his character a little bit, because in the first 3 episodes they set him up on this super amazing journey. I'm like, okay, this is super interesting stuff for his character. Let's see where they take him. I'm very, very curious to see where they take him. However, by the end, he was just kind of there. I didn't think anything. I was like, okay, he was just like really hard crushing on Dedra Meero, which I think was or a little creepy, a little weird, but they had like this psycho romance that I'm like, but at the same time I'm like, that's kind of interesting. However, like, the scenes where he's like eating cereal, I didn't find them that interesting, to be honest. I just didn't find his character arc in this show to be that interesting. I thought it dragged a little bit too long. He did have some good scenes, but I just didn't think that anything really moved me emotionally or nothing. I thought he was just kind of there, which I really thought that was going to be the case. I thought he was going to have a really emotional character arc after seeing episode 3. However, it just all went downhill from episode 3. I don't think that his character arc was terrible by any means. I thought he had some great scenes, especially the ending scene in the finale with Dedra Meero. I was like, that's pretty cool stuff. And they're definitely setting him up to be great in the second season. However, in this season, just not as strong as his counterpart, Dedra Meero. Alright, moving on to my 9th spot, and that is going to be B2Mo. And B2Mo is the little droid who reminds me of Wally so much, and he's so cute, and I love him. But I really like this. I actually saw an interview with Tony Gore, who said that B2Mo was a choice that they made because they were really trying to go through this character arc. However, they were like, what if we make it a droid? Like, that would make a lot more sense. It fits in the world of Star Wars, so let's make it a droid. Let's make it from a droid perspective. We give a droid a character arc that we would have given a regular character. And I love that idea. Like, why not? Why can't droids have character arcs? And I absolutely love that. I thought it was super awesome, and I think it definitely showed it very well. I think, he definitely felt his love for Andor, his love for Maarva. He felt his grief whenever he didn't want to talk to anybody, whenever Maarva died. I mean, he was just a great character. I absolutely love him. He was super lovable, and I honestly, I know he doesn't really have a character arc, let's say, per se, but I just thought he was like a super low character that I really just love the concept of having character arcs and droids. So yeah, I'm on number 9 spot. Alright, we're on to number 8 spot, and that is going to be Nemik. And Nemik was in there for 3 episodes, and he had a little scene in the finale, which is with his manifesto. However, that was enough to put him at number 8, because he was an amazing character. I absolutely loved him. I love his innocence in this rebellion. He's stuck in this mission, and you really don't want anything to happen to him, but then he dies, and the scene where he dies, it's just so sad. The scene where he gets hit by the thing is just so sad too. But the reason why he's all the way up here, to be honest, is really because I think he had incredible script lines. I thought the script specifically for his character was insane. I think it was really, really good when he was talking about the rebellion, about what the cost is, and this and that. I mean, I absolutely loved Nemik. I really thought it was a great, great character. And then his manifesto in the last episode, for that scene whenever Andor's looking through the window or whatever. I mean, that's just some incredible stuff. I love his manifesto. Like I said, he has the best script lines, I think, in this show, or some of the best script lines. Not the best, but some of the best script lines in the show. It was just truly incredible. Really great character with Nemik. I'm so sad that he died, but his death was really felt. I really, really thought his death moved me. So yeah, honestly, just a great character all around, great character arc and everything, and definitely served the story with a great purpose. Alright, on to my number 7 spot, and that's going to be Vix. And Vix is a great character as well. I really love Vix. She was in the first 3 episodes, then she kind of disappeared for a little bit. She showed up in episode 7, and then boom, we're back with her in the last episodes, and I thought she was a cool character. I thought she was a really interesting, cool character. She's like Andor's ex, which gives him this really interesting dynamic. I really love that dynamic, by the way. I love they kind of love each other, but they kind of aren't together because of whatever happened. And I really like it. I think it's a really interesting dynamic. At the same time, I thought she was just a really strong female character, and I think that they did a great job portraying that without making her annoying. There's always those annoying characters that, they're trying to really show that, oh, I'm a really strong female character or whatever. I think they did a great job organically playing that she was a really strong female character. So that's really great for Vix. I thought they did a great job, especially whenever she was getting tortured. I mean, you automatically knew that, yeah, she definitely went through some stuff. And I think the makeup team and the costume design and everything did a great job whenever at post she was tortured. She really just played it off terribly. You knew something really bad happened to her. So yeah, I thought she was a great character, and I can't wait to see where season 2 takes her now that she's tortured and she's free, and how she kind of recovers from such terrible experiences. I really can't wait to see. I'm really, really excited. Alright, moving on to the 6th spot, and that's going to be Maarva. And Maarva was another great, great character in this series. I mean, super awesome. I don't have a little problem with her. I don't think that she should be kind of heroized or idolized for taking Andor from his child home. I mean, I know that Andor was gonna die or whatever, but I do think that there's some controversial problems with that, and I do agree with the internet on that part. However, overall, I thought she was a great character. You know, I seen in episode 7 whenever she's talking about how for the first time she walked through the empires with a smile on her face because, you know, of the dawning thing. I love that, and her speech at the end. I mean, it was just some awesome stuff. I think she had some incredible lines as well, and the actor did a great job playing them. You really felt the emotion, and you really felt her connection with Andor. I thought it was a really strong connection. So yeah, overall, Maarva, great character. I'm very happy that she was in the show, and I think she did a great job. As an actor, great job acting this scene, especially that scene in episode 7. Awesome stuff. Alright, on to my number 5th spot, and that's going to be Mothma. And Mothma is a character that I did not expect to be in the show as much as she was. I know she was in the trailer, but I did not think she was going to be in the show as much as she was. And she was awesome. She was great. She was super cool. I love her scenes. They were super interesting, super complex. There was a lot of dynamics going on with her scenes, which is why I really appreciated them. The facade that she has to put on, the risk that she's running, her desperation. You know, she's slowly getting caught by the Empire, and it's just really incredible stuff. Her smart movements, like in the final episode where she's like blaming her husband about gambling again, you know, and how the driver is like spy and everything. I mean, you really feel like this girl is just in the corner and she's really just trying to her best to get out of it, and it's just super interesting. I really do like her a lot. The line, "Perhaps my politics is too strong for your taste." Awesome stuff. Alright, I just really like my mama. The actor did a great job, and the costume design for her. Every costume that she had, every dress that she wore and everything looked super awesome. So yeah, great stuff with my mama. Alright, continuing on to my 4th spot, and that is going to be Dedra Meero, who was so close to getting the 3rd spot. I mean, it was really close, but yeah, she was a great character. I really liked Dedra Meero a lot. I thought she was awesome. Great stuff. I thought she was really cool, honestly. She was pretty awesome. She's like this Imperial person that you're really rooting for at the start of the series, but after like episode 7, you really start to dislike her, and you're like, oh my god, I hate this character so much. She's so good at what she does, which is such a problem for the rebellion and for the innocent people in this poor world. And it's just super interesting. It's a really interesting dynamic, and I think the fact that she's a female also makes it more interesting because, you know, you never really seen like this Imperial female that's super strong. You know, you've never really seen that, to be honest. I never felt like you've seen that in this Star Wars universe. So I think that helps a lot. I think the actor did a great job portraying her, and her scenes, they were just so awesome. You know, whenever they were in the ISB thing and she was like talking and she was like, yeah, I was like, yo, this is awesome. This is awesome stuff. You know, I thought it was just so good. I really liked her. I was rooting for her. I was like legit rooting for her. I was like, yeah, you go there, drummer. You show him that you're right. You go show him that you always had a point. And when I was really rooting for her, but then, you know, she starts throwing bigs and everything. I'm like, no, never mind. And then in the finale, whenever she's getting beat up, I'm like, yeah, beat her up. You know, so it's like really funny how like the show makes you that switch, but at the same time, that's just brilliant. I think that the show did a great job portraying this character. Great job showing the sides of like her going up and how terrible that is for the rebellion and how terrible of a person she is in general. I mean, it's just some incredible stuff. I really love it. So yeah, great stuff. Great character writing for this character, and the actor, once again, great job. Alright, on to my 3rd spot, and that's going to be Luthen. And Luthen is an amazing character. He was almost in my 2nd spot, but the second character is just too lovable. But anyways, Luthen, great stuff. I think he's really good. I think Luthen, honestly, his script, amazing. His monologue in episode 10, whenever he's like, what do I sacrifice? Oh, it was just incredible. You know, the switch that he does from being like this rebel leader to being like the guy at the gift shop or whatever. I mean, come on, that's awesome stuff. What else? You know, whenever Luthen he has to make the hard choices for everything. I mean, I really feel for Luthen. I feel like that, you know, whenever he's on that ship and he like uses the lasers and he destroys the TIE fighters, like, oh my god, Luthen is basically, I said in my previous video that I made for this, where I ranked all the episodes, but I basically said that Luthen is literally like the Batman of the series. I think that he's just super cool, super cold, super smart, and it's just like his lines and everything is super awesome. The actor does a great job playing him. And the finale, you know, whenever Luthen he just kind of has this evil smile whenever Andor's like, kill me or use me, and it's like, wow, like you really feel like this character is like just, he kind of has like an evil side to him, but he's doing everything for a good cause. And like I said, his monologue is just great. He's like, I'm doing a sunrise that I know I'm never gonna see, and like I'm forced to use the weapons of my own enemies. I mean, it's just It's super awesome. I'm condemned to use the weapons of my own enemies. I mean, that's just some awesome stuff. Luthen, what an amazing character. I love the exploration that they did with this character, and I cannot wait to see more of him in season 2 whenever we truly start to get more into the rebellion. Alright, move on to the second spot, and that is going to be Kino. I mean, Kino was so awesome. And first of all, let me just start by saying, Andy Serkis, you did an amazing job playing this character. Like, wow. Andy Serkis completely destroyed this role, knocked it out of the park. Like, for somebody that we didn't even know was going to be in the show, wow. I was completely impressed, completely, like, just blown away by his acting in this show. And, wow, like, the prison arc itself was, like, for me, the best part of the show, and I absolutely attribute that partly to Kino. I think Kino did a great job in this show. You know, he really, the first episode he was like the strict guy, then the second episode you start to see him slowly going to madness. But you know, he wants the best for his guys. He just wants everybody to get out free. Unfortunately, that he finds out that that's not the case. But you know, you really feel his desperation whenever he's like grabbing his hair and it's all messy and everything. I mean, it's just super awesome. Whenever he starts to beat up one of his inmates and then Andor has to hold him back. I mean, awesome stuff. That scene whenever Andor's like, how many guards are there? And then he's like, never more than 12. I mean, you were just rooting at the screen. You're like, yeah, go. I mean, it was some awesome stuff. That the episode 10, whenever he's like, he rather like die trying than give an emperor what they want. I mean, awesome stuff. And one way out and all that type of stuff. I mean, it was just amazing stuff. Like his acting was just incredible. Like. Mwah. Andy Serkis really did knock it out of the park with this role. And then whenever he said I can't swim, the devastation. I remember seeing that scene. I was devastated. I mean, it was just some incredible stuff. This character, it was an amazing character. I really hope he didn't die. I really hope he comes back for season 2 or something, because I think he was an amazing character. Wow, like straight up for somebody that I did not think that was in the show, and you know, Andy Serkis is Snoke and everything, so obviously I was like, what is this character doing? I mean, he completely blew me out of the water, and by a lot. I mean, he's my second favorite character. That just shows you how good he was. So yeah, great stuff with Kino. But of course, my number one character has to be Andor, played beautifully by Diego Luna. I mean, Andor is just a great character, and this show proved it. I always liked him from Rogue One. You know, I thought Rogue One kind of showed like he had to do the dirty work for the rebellion. But in this show, you really start to see a lot more of his backstory. You know, you see his dad are hanged up. You see him in Canary, and you see him trying to look for his sister at the start of the series. I mean, all type of stuff is really interesting. But you get to see more of him. You get to see a lot more layers. His love for Maarva, his love for Biggs, his love for his family. I mean, his desperation, the type of person that he was before he joined the rebellion. I mean, all this type of stuff. You really start to see a lot more layers towards him. And you see how different experiences start to shape him and change him. You know, you see him like, you know, he has hate for the Empire, but he's not willing to put his life on the line for the Empire. And ultimately, you start to see more of how that changes. You see that with the prisoner. You see that with Maarva's dead. You see that with Aldani. You see that with all these different experiences that he's going through as the series goes on, that are just really awesome stuff. I think that they really molded him to be the character that he is at the end of the show, where he's like straight up, I either want to die or I want to fight to just completely destroy the Empire. I don't want anything in the between. And it's like, wow, this guy was really willing to die. Like, he was willing to suicide. If Luthen had chosen him to die, then he would have just died, and he would have been perfectly fine with it. To show you just how tragic his story really is. But at the same time, you know, he's like, man, screw it, I'm just gonna risk it all for the Empire. And I think that the exploration that the show did to get him to this point was honestly some awesome stuff. And I can't wait to see how in season 2 they kind of show him having to go deeper and deeper into kind of using the dark things, like killing people, murdering stuff and everything, just for the rebellion. I can't wait to see that. I think Andor is just like an amazing character, and like I said, Diego Luna really played him beautifully. Whenever that scene, whenever he finds out that Maarva was dead, I mean, that was just so sad. And the scene, you know, the scene and Joe, everything in Joe with him also was super incredible. I absolutely loved him. And you definitely see he's talented for this. He definitely has talent to do this and everything. And honestly, I just think he's just an awesome character. He's a really cool character that I think they just did a great job exploring and getting him to a point where it's just tragic, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I feel about this character, and that's my character ranking for Andor Season 1. Tell me what you think about it down in the comments. Do you agree with my character ranking? Do you disagree with my character ranking? Which is your favorite character, top 3 characters, which is your least favorite one? I'm very curious. Tell me that down in the comments. As well as please leave a like. It's very helpful, so please don't forget to leave a like. As well, subscribe for more other content. I already made an Andor video ranking episodes, and I'm going to be making more Andor videos as we go on. So definitely make sure to subscribe for more content that I'm sure you're going to enjoy. And yeah, that's your first video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and this is your entertainment out.